And I'm live. That's my kitchen. I can never figure out if the fact that that you can see my house is like charming or unprofessional. And I should probably turn it around the wall behind me. Yeah, let me do that. I'm gonna the pen. Let me at least do this. It's a little not really better. All right, give me a second. Sorry, it does bother me that you can see my kitchen. That's not a packet of salt. All right, look at my kitchen. My door. I don't know how much better that is, but I guess that's better. There we go. Okay, that was just, it fell on the chair. All right, here we go. Better. I like it. Oh, great. Yeah, it's nicer too. It's just a solid background. Yeah. But that just made it worse. Hello. Wonderful. This is not bad. So, I'm going to be drinking today the aged white tea from the website, because that's just all I've been drinking for the last since we were talking about it on the Discord. It's all I've been drinking. Please tell me it's not far away. Where'd it go? Maybe not. Hold on, sorry. Where'd it go? It's behind me. All right. Boom. So, yeah. All I've been doing is drinking the aged. All I'm doing is drinking the aged white tea these days. Since we were talking about it on the Discord. Well, actually, a couple of things to update people on, tea-wise. Cha-shans have been ordered. They have been paid for. They should come any day now. They might even be downstairs. I've been without a phone for more than 24 hours. So there's a chance someone tried to deliver them, but when the guy called me, I wasn't able to pick up the phone. That is a possibility. So tomorrow I will go check for them. Right? So it's everything but the last two picks. Because actually, when I talked to him a few days ago, the last two picks hadn't actually been picked yet. So I was wrong. I thought everything had been picked, but we're down to the last two picks, which just shows how late actually these last two pickings are. These are very, very late pickings. And so yeah. Shashan. I didn't do a stupid thing, but I did a very American thing. American in the sense that I don't understand centimeters. I keep trying to order bags and then ordering them way too small or way too big. So I tried to pack up some other Malfungs the other day, and realized the bags are just way too small. So but I ordered new bags, I ordered boxes, so soon it's going to be a packing party, and everything's going to go out. That's that. Hokui. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put a very limited amount of Hokui on the website. Maybe even half a pound. If that sells out quickly, then I can do another. Right? Jesus Christ. Well, I might have also learned the grammar. Yeah. Yeah, and it's for me what I'm still learning also Celsius. That's the other thing. I'll be talking to a Canadian coworker, and he'll be like, "It's 14 degrees Celsius outside," and I'll just go, and he has to translate. Whereas it's warm. If you say 14 degrees Celsius, that just means nothing to me. It's I just have. Is that, are we hot? Are we cold? Are we happy? How do we feel about 14 degrees? It just means nothing. So you need 85 Celsius water. I'm like, Okay, good. Yeah, no. 40? Are we? Yeah. Anyway, so that, but centimeters are the hard one. I think centimeters is harder. But Hokwe is coming. Hokwe is coming. And so we're going to start getting half a pound. And then if that sells out, if by the time that sells out, she still has more, then I'll get another half a pound. I kind of do it like that because I don't have a lot of extra money right now because I still haven't started working. Let's get the water boiling. Okay, let's talk Yensha. I think Yensha is where we're gonna have the most interesting to talk about. Today I placed an order for half a pound of Rogue from Tiger Leaping Gorge. I gotta really look it up. This is from the Rogue maker. This is actually one of the samples he sent me when I did the group buy, and I liked it. And I gotta double check. The price is good. The price is about. The price is good. The price is good. Not super cheap. I gotta. It's more than $100. I'm paying more than $100 a pound. But for what I think the quality is, I think the quality is pretty good for the price. I think the quality is very good for the price. So I did that order today. I'm gonna have this when that comes in. I'm gonna try some of that potentially. It might be a website Rogue, or it might just be one like. I've been drinking so much tea recently. I've been drinking tea just a lot of tea in one day actually, because I'm not working, so I'm not really. Well, my work is dumb, and I go in the office and do nothing for a few hours and go home. And I've watched all the TV shows and I've done all the stuff. So because these days I'm drinking tea and I'm trying to read. But I realized I want a daily drink of Rogue or Yensha. I'm looking for a Yensha that I can just drink 4 times a day and just boom, 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 just for the sake of drinking tea. Look at it. Yeah, right? I guess I'm using this cup. I don't know where my other cup went. And that is the nice thing about, I'm not usually a daily drinkers guy. If I come across one, I'll put it on the website, but it's not something I particularly look for. But because you go to other companies for that. But yeah, but there's something nice about Yensha. There's something what I want and what I tried to look. Oh my God, this is what to talk about. The other day, the last time before my Instagram crapped out on me, the day. So okay, for those who don't know, my Instagram, I got caught in the rain, phone got ruined, lost Instagram. I got caught in the rain because I tried to go looking for a cheap Yensha. And I think what I wanted and what I want for a cheap Yensha is I just want something with a good fucking roast, like a strong roast and a body that doesn't suck. But oh my God, did I not find that? What I was looking for was just a strong roast and a good body. I didn't need complexity. I didn't really need other flavors. If the roast was the only flavor, fine, I'll take it. But I just wanted to have that. It's like having that just strong cup of coffee. Just drink. I just wanted that tea. I could just roast. Oh man, what I had tasted like cat piss, man. Cat piss, cat litter. I don't know why I can't put my finger on it, but it's terrible. Sorry, dog. I was thinking about doing a joke like that, and I was like, I tried to kind of go for a joke like that. Nice, good one. But hopefully, the Tiger Leaping Gorge, something about tiger. Hopefully that kind of hits that feel, that area of like something that's not too expensive. I think it's going to be a little more expensive than, let's say, a most daily drinker. It's about the same price as the Malfang, so it's going to be about actually a little more than the Malfang. So we're looking about, if I sell it, 20 something an ounce. So that's not really daily drinker price. Um, but I think the plan is to Saturday is to go into Wuishan. Um, and I'm actually gonna link. I'm gonna go see one of my other makers. This is. I always talk about I have two main makers, and then I always go to the Rogue Way guy. Well, this is another guy, and I think today I'm gonna go to the other guy. Or on Saturday I'm gonna go to the other guy, and just see what he has. He's a little more rounded out. I think actually I should look into Dahong Powers too. Yeah. But yeah, let me drink this. I'm tired. It feels weird to do this on Instagram, by the not to do this on Instagram, by the way. Yeah, I should look into Dahong Powers. You know, I'm always looking for these shui xians and this and that. Oh man, that aged purple, man, something special, something special. Um, yeah, that's really good. And I want to go back to her, and that's another woman. Actually, I think I've tried through most of her teas. I'm excited for you to try also. I'm looking for the Tealohan. Fucking looking for the Tealohan. My God. And at one point, so like I said, right now, I got to be a little more careful with money. You know, make sure I don't have a lot of, because what I want to do is I want to start. I've yet to ask the makers if they know anyone who has a Tealohan. Um, because right now, if I want to, I don't want to ask for something and then not buy it. So I need, if I'm gonna find a Tealohan, I want to have the money to buy it. And right now, that's not quite the case. Um, and buy bulk or buy a good amount. Um, no, but Saturday, I'm gonna go to the Wuishan. I'm gonna go talk to one of the odor makers, the odor people that I buy from. I'm gonna go back to the woman I found last time, because I think she gave me the wrong tea. Like the Meijan she gave me was real fucking light, like lighter than anything I had at her shop. Um, I think there was a mistake there. I would not have paid for that tea. It was good, but it's just a super light roast. Um, but I want to see what else she has. But I am going to go check out my other main maker, and see what he has. And I think he should have some good high roasts. That's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. White tea is good. This white tea is good. Talk about some other. Yeah. He had it. The first time I met him, I walked into his shop, and he was sitting there drinking tea with some other people, and they were drinking a Dahong Pao, and it's late in the steeps. But even late in the steeps, it was just like, whoa, this is good. Is it a pain to get to Wuishan from where you are now? No, no. I would say the hardest part about going to Wuishan is, so I take this bus basically. It's a bus. The bus goes from Jianyang right to Wuishan, drops me off right on the tea area. The trickiest part is the last bus leaves at 5:30. That's when the last bus leaves, And so if I want to simply get the bus back, I kind of have to stop by 5:30, which is actually pretty early because a lot of these shops don't really open till noon. And after actually, they don't usually open till about 2 or 3 o'clock. They pick up their kids from school and they have lunch, or they have lunch, and then they kind of open or reopen after lunch. And so time is a little crunched if I'm trying to be on a 5:30 bus. And there are other ways to get back, but that is kind of the most convenient and the cheapest. Um, but I think that's the hardest part. Um, and so, oh, excuse me, the chi. So I think, but I think also the reason I haven't actually gone to this second maker yet is because his shop is out of the way now. It used to be on the main street, but it's not on the main street anymore. Um, and so that's always a little difficult because you have to take a cab there, and then take a cab back, and it's not as easy just to walk in and walk out. But no, getting there is not difficult at all. It's getting back. There's a time limit. There's a time limit, and I never quite feel like I'm doing everything I want to do. Um, and also, yeah, I wish I had like a bike over there. That'd make things easier too. Um, yeah, yeah. Hopefully, I'm still kind of hoping. Yeah, and because that's the other thing. You're going down like last time we went to Wuishan. Um, oh, it'd make it so much easier to go around Wuishan. Because even in that main street, because it's not a grid, it's like crooked streets and alleyways. And so I remember last time I was in Wuishan, I knew there was like this couple shops that I wanted to go to, and I knew there's like a general area, but I was like looking for it, and I was getting so fucking lost. Well, it just kept going in circles. Like I know there's some shopkeeper who's just looking at me like this foreigner's walked past me 4 times. Um, a bike would make it so much easier, just because like I could just go that much farther out, go that much quicker, kind of go over there and if I can't find anything, come back, go over there. That's actually if I can figure out. Yeah, because I also like it was the general area I wanted to be in, so I didn't want to wander too far and then have to come back. But yeah, it was not fun. Yeah, I gotta figure out. I gotta not have that happen next time. Um, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, I think that's gonna be exciting. I think the Yensha white tea's good, man. It's a little more mellow. It's mellow today. We talked about it's browned, but it tastes golden. That sweet maple syrup is like a fruitiness in there. Smooth, really, really smooth. Really nice throat feel. No dryness. Um, really, really nice. Really quite nice. Man, not gonna lie, I don't got too much to talk about. I thought I had more to talk about, and I was like, no, actually, I kind of that summed it up. I'll have more to talk about. Yeah, such a good profile. It's so consistent. Um, really great on the heavy steeps too. It's weird doing this on YouTube and not having the whole group here, the usual crew. It's very, very strange. And it's weird that also like I feel like YouTube's more serious. Like people gonna like watch this and be like, I don't know. I feel like there's a little more pressure to have a good live on YouTube. Um, oh, that's the other thing I want to talk about. Jianjian, Jianjian, Jianjian. I guess it is Jianjian. So this is actually. So this is one of the cups that I yeah. Well, I wonder if they don't know what what my YouTube is. Yeah, I mean, I got this open in another page. I guess they don't know what my YouTube is. Jianjiang, Jianjian. God, I hate Chinese. This is this cup. So this is one of the cups that I took from my landlord. He left it in the apartment, cleaned up. So I was like, fuck it, now it's mine. And I chipped it. So I was like, yep, it's definitely mine. Like I'm looking at this cup, and I'm like, wait, this is actually a nice cup. Like the weight is good, and the colors are. And I don't know if I can. I think this is okay. Do you see this? This is the cup that's making me understand what Jian Jian. God, Chinese. Um, right? In quality, and it's this sort of shine, this sort of like rusty. I think this is Jianjiang. This oh God, sounds weird. Um, the way that like the colors are dark, but like the light still hits it, and it's like shiny rust. Um, and it's there's almost like I don't know. Like I look at this and then I look at other ones, and other ones just seem dead. Like the colors, like you can see there is like it almost looks like there's going to be a rainbow in it. It just the way the light hits it just has that sort of to it, that sort of life. You know, sometimes the light hits the cup and it just dies. Like no, there's life. This thing has life in it. Um, so this cup actually. Oh yeah, no. If you some things can just not be explained to people. Yeah, no. And I remember the moment I realized that cups affect flavor. In my head, I was just like, well, I'm fucked. I'm never going back from this tea life. Like that's the rabbit hole just got so much deeper. Um, oh my god, it's a total. And and this has actually been my struggle with selling teaware. Is that like it's like on the one hand, it's very subjective, and like yes, everyone has the teaware they like. But on the other hand, there's just some teaware that is just better for some teas, and other teaware that is just better for other teas. Oh, it's so true. I think for me, it was the difference. It's for me, it was actually the one that the biggest difference actually is you get those flat round cups, flat and very wide, like you hold it like this, and then the tall like aroma cups. That's like two completely different things. That was insane. Color got way darker there. Yeah, and I think also like I think this is gonna be an interesting thing living in Jianyang. Oh, God, Chinese. I miss Spanish. Spanish was so much easier. I don't know. I'm I'm still exploring, and I'm still. The one thing though, and this was I was talking to Al Ray, talking to Ray about this because he got one of the landlord cups. Um, but this little lip here is nice because it like for this one without the lip, especially if it's bigger. I don't have a bigger one in hand. For most cups, if they don't have this little like lip, the tea will start here and just kind of flow straight into your mouth. But when it has like a little lip here, it almost pools, and so it flows, and then it kind of slows down a bit. You kind of slurp it more. It's not. It's a little more controlled. Yeah, it's a good way to put it. It's a little more controlled. And that's something I've seen Jian Jian Teaware, this little lip. I think Jian Jian Teaware, Jian Jian, is one of these. I'm beginning to see, there's Teaware. So there's Teaware for tea, and there's Teaware for Teaware. You know, mm, this is Teaware for tea. Yes, it's Teaware, but it's the pure focus is the functionality for tea. More or less the same. We're getting a little bit more into this. When you start getting into Jianjiang and just the intricacies of Jianjiang, God, I need to hear a Chinese person say it. Jianjiang, in the intricacies of Jianjiang, um, it's the teaware is almost a piece of art. It is a piece. The teaware is a piece of art. Yes, there are aspects of this cup that make it nice. It's balanced. It's not too heavy. Um, but a lot of Jianjian, um, and other materials, it's aesthetically pleasing. Pleasing. It's like owning a work of art. Obviously you see this a lot with teapots. I've seen really crazy shaped teapots, and obviously people want those just for the shape of the teapot and not so much about the tea. And so I don't know. And so this is interesting for me. This is very, very interesting for me because I've always been a very functional person. Guy wants a cheap, guy wants a blank. Teaware is cheap and blank. Function, 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 function. Um, yeah, yeah, and that's the perfect teapot, function and form. Um, but there's a lot to, and it's I think I've spent a lot of time and energy in the past talking about and focusing on function, but coming to Jianjiang, no, now it's Jianyang. That's what's fucking me up because I live in Jianyang, but the Teaware is Jianjiang. But I'm so used to saying Jianjiang, Jianyang. Fuck. I'm so used to saying Jianyang that when I say Jian, because it's the same Jian. When I say Jian, I automatically say Yang, and I don't say Jian. Jian, 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 Jian. But when dealing with Jian Jian, um, I'm learning and starting this cup, I'm learning to understand aesthetics and form. And okay, how do I judge? How do I judge a well-made cup? Because and it's interesting because we go back to this conversation about the cup you think is beautiful is the good cup. Like, yes, but also no. Yes, if you think a cup is beautiful, then yes, you enjoy that cup, you drink that cup. Good for you. Mazel tov. You found something you like. But there's also something to understanding quality and um oh my god, it's just, and I mean there's a portion of the Discord called literature and basically philosophy. Um I tend to have a philosophical mind ish. Um and so that's one of the reasons I enjoy making my own Discord is I can be like, I'm gonna put my own thing here. Um But 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 yeah, but no, but there is. But then because this same conversation also ties back to tea. Everyone says, the tea you enjoy, a good tea is the tea you enjoy. Like, yes, on the one hand, that's true. Um, good. I'm glad. On the one hand, that's true, but you also need to understand. Well, I guess more me as a seller. Um, More me as a seller because people trust me. People trust me. They have a good price. They trust me to have a good price to quality ratio. Um, and it is, I need to, and I need to, but I also enjoy. And that's the other thing about this. I enjoy, well, oh my God, it's not Instagram. First of all, glad you're here. Um, it's my phone. It's my phone. It's living in China. It's having to buy. I have to buy the files because I don't have an iPhone. I have a Huawei or another Chinese company, so I have to buy the Instagram files off Taobao, and they're always weird. Um, it's like a fucking maze to get through them. It should be coming any day now. Um, I've ordered it. I paid the money. It might even be downstairs. My phone got caught in the rain, and so I haven't had a phone for the last 2 days. Hopefully, they haven't called me, been like, "Hey, your package is here." It might be downstairs. Um, Everything but the last two picks. Turns out that when I spoke to him earlier this week, the last two picks hadn't been picked yet. So they still need to get picked. But 1 through 4 is picked and paid for and should be downstairs. Um, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to try it. I'm excited to try. Really excited. I'll tell you, I'm excited to try Cha Shan because Cha Shan is the tea where I bought all the fucking pickings. For the Hogu and the Shishian, I only bought one picking. And the Shishian was easy. I was like, give me the first picking. The Hogu was a little trickier because he was like, this was the first picking was on this day. And I was like, okay, give me like 2 or 3 days later. So it was more or less the right tea, but I'll never really know if I got the best. With Cha Shan, since I have all the pickings, I can go, yep, this is definitely the best. I've tried them all. This is definitely the best. Super excited about that. Because to be honest, um, this season has been so fucking like, it's been weird to buy Malfeng and not be in Huangshan. I don't know how other companies do it. I don't know how other companies buy tea without tasting it first in the region. Um, how's that a thing? Because like I got good teas, but I'm like, did I get the best ones though? And also when it was in the mail, I was like, is this going to be the right picking? Hokway will be on the site within 24 hours. I hope you mean Hokway, not Hogu. Because Hokway I was actually able to taste. I got lucky. I was able to taste the Hokway. Hokway will be on the site in the next 24 hours. I'm going to start with only having half a pound. And then if that sells out, if that sells out and the woman still has Hokway, I've got another half pound. I gotta kind of go little by little. The Hokwe is a good Hokwe. The Hokwe is just a very solid Hokwe. Nothing too fancy, no bells and whistles, but like this is Hokwe, and this should be nothing below this. A good reflection of the flavor for a Hokwe price. Um, it is going to be about $45, I think, is what it came to. Um, but that's just Hokwe. That's just Hokwe. Oh fuck! I'm gonna put a case on that. So the one from the Sohan, I mean the one from the woman who Sohan sources from, better. Just I'm just gonna throw that out there. It's just better. I don't know what her teas are this year, and I don't know what picking Sohan gets. I have an idea, but I don't quite know. It's the one from Sohan is going to be brighter and just a little more lively. You know, what I'm going to have is it's just a basic, solid, good Hokwe, no bells and whistles. Sohan has a few bells and whistles. Because Sohan's is charcoal baked, his is just going to have this extra little body, this extra little warmth to the flavor, extra little brightness. Brightness, especially, I think, that mine's not going to have. Mine is probably going to be, there's going to be a little more body. It's going to be a little stronger, probably a little more vegetal. Probably a touch of bitterness in mine, but like green tea, strong bitterness. Mine, I think mine would be the flavor would be a little simpler, but a little stronger. With Sohan's, I'm assuming I haven't tried it this year, but trying it in the past and knowing what this woman does, if it's the the normal the Hokwe shape and all of that, on an earlier pick. Once again, I don't know what he gets. His is going to be brighter, lighter, just a little more complex. That is my guess. But yeah, no, I do feel good. I do feel good about the Hokwe I'm putting on the website. It is just, it's going to be a good Hokwe. It's going to be a Hokwe that tastes like Hokwe. I know a lot of people have had Hokwe's that I don't think, a lot of people have had Hokwe's that don't taste like Hokwe. Like, it tastes like a nice green tea, but not Hokwe. This is going to taste like Hokwe. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Yeah, the new apartment's okay. You know, I'd much rather be in the fucking countryside. Like, when you live in the countryside and you thank you for asking, by the way. You live in the countryside and you when you've lived in the countryside and you've walked and your daily walks with the dogs all through rice paddies, empty rice paddies, the woods, a river, to go from that and then to go to just walking them on the sidewalk. Oh, it's the fucking worst. It just takes all the fun out of walking your dogs. That they have to always be on leash and you always have to beware of people and follow the rules. It feels so constricting. It feels constricting. And even, the other day I found somewhere that I thought I could let, it was like late. I thought I could let the dogs off the leash. It was late. There's like a patch of grass with some trees behind the apartment building. It's like nearly midnight. So I was like, great, I can let the dogs off. Some woman was walking past with her corgi, and Johnny was Johnny. And there was a bit of a problem with Johnny. He's not aggressive, but he plays rough, and he is dominant. So I do miss just being in the countryside and letting them sniff and go off in the woods. Well, not go off in the woods. Us go to the woods, walk around, and yeah. But good news is this apartment, there's a dog above me. There's a couple of dogs down at the gate. So there's other people in this apartment have dogs. So there shouldn't be any complaints. Plus, I think this apartment's pretty empty. It's right, and that's the thing. It's to me, it makes perfect sense. You know, the difference between aggression and rough play to me makes perfect fucking sense. Because I know it because like Johnny and Pumpkin play rough, and I'm like, yes, it's fine. But you can't explain that to somebody on the street. Because basically, what rough play looks like is Johnny will go up to a dog and he'll grab the dog by the neck and hold on. Now he's not biting down, you know, he's not breaking skin, he's not, but he's grabbing by the neck and he's kind of pulling a little bit, but it looks fucking scary. It looks like he's attacking, and you can't be like, oh no, he's just playing, because like they're gonna be like, no, he's not. Yeah. And of course, there's always the risk of Johnny, because if Johnny's rough playing, but then the other dog gets pissed off and attacks Johnny, Johnny's like, bet, we fighting, let's go. Oh my god, and they do, and there's just no fucking, and even this is just anywhere. If you don't know dogs, you'd have to really know dogs to be able to understand that nuance of like, he's not aggressive, he's dominant. He's not aggressive, he just plays rough. It's a very, very like, yeah, that's a whole nother thing. Good white tea. It's a really good white tea. Also, side note, if at any point something is sold out, if at any point, does it not let me see who's here? That's stupid. Oh, okay. So I'm still getting used to this YouTube thing. I'm doing the aged gong mei. Oh, so let's, and in the spirit of transparency, I had to be really, really careful with my wording of the aged gong mei. So from my understanding, here's my best guess about this tea. It is definitely aged, and it's only aged. I can only say it's aged. It's aged at least 3 years, for sure. 3 years, because I bought it 3 years ago. That is a fact. As a fact, I know it's aged 3 years. Now, it is probably browned. It is browned. This whole brown thing is new to me. I only learned of it via One River Tea and Oolong Drunk and all those. That was one of the greatest tea articles I've ever read by Oolong Drunk when he did the expose. But that was actually a new thing to me. And so and it's funny, I was reading it and I was like, nah, this sounds like my tea. Because the thing that throws me off about this tea is actually the price, just how affordable it is for the claims he was making. He claimed it was 2013 Gong Mei, but his price was real fucking low. And I was like, well, that just doesn't add up. Like those two things. A tea that's nearly, what was at the time, 8 years, and it's cheaper than the Mao Feng. No, that doesn't add up. Side note, Mao Feng is real fucking affordable. And I think this is going to really become clear as time goes on and I start adding more teas to the website. Mao Feng is really affordable to get high quality. You know, in the world of Maofeng, the Hogu, the Chashan, the Shishian, these are some of the like upper tier Maofeng. You know, there might be some that are better somewhere, somehow. Like I'm not putting that out. Um, but like these are pretty top tier Maofengs for really fucking cheap. Um, and I think that's really going to be clear as I start putting on, you know, the whole is double the price. Yenchas might get up to triple the price. Um, oh no, the white tea's fantastic. Oh, that's why I bought it. I wouldn't buy it if it was fantastic. Um, no, whole you can get a really good bang for your buck, really good price for the quality. Um, yeah, I can't off the top of my head. I don't think any other tea that's just like you can get the top tier for a really good price. Yeah, no, it's a lovely tea. I mean, do think the aged gongmei is probably probably the best bang for its buck. I think what's happening actually is that in the West we are just seeing more and more. Um, I think it's always been pretty overpriced, but now we have companies like One River T2, but Bitter Leaf and other companies who are just getting access to these higher Longjings. I think we're just now seeing how expensive it's getting. Because I don't think it's risen. I don't know. I mean, I'd say that I don't know much about Longjing. White tea. I think white tea is the area where you're getting just the most of price. The price is going up the most. I think white tea. Other teas are more expensive than white teas. You know, Yencha is actually I think going up too. Just feel like when I first got to China, I could get and I'll be interested. Yeah, no, white tea has been and jumping pretty consistently over the last few years. Every time I talk to the makers, they're like, "Oh yeah, it's 50% more than last year, 25% more than last year, twice as much as last year." And this is for fresh leaves. White tea's going up. But even Yencha, I feel like prices are just higher. Like I feel like when I first came to Wuishan, I feel like when I first came to Wuishan back 2017, um, Yencha's the good stuff started about 800 yuan, which is about a little more than 100 US dollars. I feel like that's where the good stuff started. But now as I'm like tasting teas, like on my last trip to Wuishan or 2 trips ago, you know, tasting teas that seem to be about the same quality. Now I'm getting told, you know, 1,400 yuan. You know, like there's that Shui Xian, which wasn't really that it was good, it wasn't that good, and it was like 2,000 kwai per jin, which is like 200 US, 150 US from the maker. And I was like, that's a little high. That's a little much for the quality. And I think Yencha is another one where I haven't heard the official thing, but I'm just like, it's just kind of a gut feeling as I'm tasting teas and I'm hearing the prices for these teas, and I was like, I feel like my money could go a little bit farther. One River Tea told me that Dansong is like this. Dansong, the prices have really jumped. That you used to be able to get a lot more money back in the day. And well, it's interesting because I asked when I was talking to Derek about this. Derek from One River Tea, and you know he said something along the lines of it's Yencha Dansong's becoming overpriced, and for me it was like And then I brought up this kind of for me, I brought up this question of, okay, is it overpriced? Like, at what point is it overpriced? But at what point is it underpriced? Um, at what point is tea just worth more than they're asking for? And that was we had a little conversation about that. Well, that was an interesting way to think about it. When is it overpriced? When is it underpriced? What is the good price? Um, yeah, I'm not a huge dance song guy, and I'm glad. Like when he told me that dance songs were like jumping up, I was just like, oh, God, that's not an area where I can jump in to spend money. Um, yeah, yenshas, I'm looking for these high roast yenshas. Like, I'm just not trying to do these low roasts anymore. I mean, I mean, they're good, but like I was talking earlier in this live, um, it's okay. No one's perfect, Dylan. What does that mean? I think I know what that means. I think that was a joke. Qigong tea time. Qigong tea time. Is this Ethan? This is Ethan, isn't it? Oh, this has to be Ethan. Hello, Ethan. Fuck yeah. Yeah, no, the Meishan tastes completely fucking different. Ah, Mr. Ganesh says, I'm so happy you got Mr. Ganesh. Like I'm so happy you got him. Yeah, the Meishan tastes super fucking different. It's super like I think she might have given me the wrong tea or like something. Because I knew in the shop it didn't have the full roast that I wanted, but the roast on it is just like really, really light. See, you and Nathan, you and Ethan is a Qigong tea time. You guys, Ethan's a big dancehall guy. For me, like dancehall, I remember when I was working in. Yes, I know who you are. Yeah, I know you're in the Discord, but to be honest, I don't know who you are on the Discord. By the way, Ethan, I got sent you the. Let me know if you want. I sent you the Discord link. So when I was working at Tea Drunk, like if somebody offered me a dance song, okay. If somebody offered me a dance song, I would drink it and I would enjoy it. But most of the time, it was never something I enjoyed enough to like brew by myself. Like I never reached for it by myself, except for like when I first started working at Tea Drunk. She was just finishing off something. Yeah, take your time. She was just finishing off like something called like Lang Tsai, and that was bomb. Like I drank that to the fucking scraps. And like Lang Tsai is not even like a cultivar; it's like a style of making. Um, that was a really, really good Phoenix. Ethan, it was amazing. It was, and I should reach out to One River Tea and see if he knows anything about it. And I remember giving it. It was like I remember the last time I brewed it. It was just the dregs, and it was just super. It was the bottom broken up bits, and it was a customer said that they wanted something bitter, and so I brewed them that, and they were like, "Whoa, this is too bitter." But I was like, "I'll take it." And it was me and someone else at the T-ball that day, not a regular, and they were like, "Yeah, no, this is good." The alongside was amazing. Oh man. And God, if I went to Phoenix, if and in it's very possible that one day I do move to Chaozhou. It is in the plan to one day move to Chaozhou. I came close to moving to Chaozhou this year. There was times where I thought I was going to move to Chaozhou because Chaozhou is beautiful. Fucking love Chaozhou. But it didn't quite work out for visa reasons. But I should actually message them. It's a good idea. Maybe I'll see if I can get them in August. Because like my job now is so stupid. My boss is an idiot. My boss has no idea what he's talking about. Yeah, so that actually, because here's the thing when it comes to like Phoenix Oolongs, I also understand that there's like, well, so let me just, Phoenix Oolongs, I understand that there's just something I don't understand. And I knew if I moved to Chaozhou and I just drank them a bunch, then I'd get it. And I'd love to do the Teaware. Chaozhou style, tea pots and tea brewing. Would love that. So, no. So you got to remember that I don't live in Wuishan. I live in Jianyang, which is kind of right outside Wuishan. And so the goal, and what I'm really trying to do, is in August, go to Wuishan. Just make that work at Wui University. And yeah, that would be best. And that way I could just like spend all day in that fucking tea area and just going to all the tea shops and finding the tea shops, and I wouldn't have to worry about taking the bus back. That would be best. Because there's my job here isn't so stable. I mean, I've been here 2 months and I've taught like 2 days, and so that's the other thing. I don't think they just have the classes for me here in Jianyang. Yeah, no, and plus Wui is just I fucking love Wui. I don't like Jianyang because Wuishan also like the lifestyle is just better. Like they have outside of tea, first of all, they have the national park right there, so I can go walking in the national park. There's areas I could take my dogs to. Obviously, not the famous parts, but kind of the outside areas I could take my dogs to. But also like just the lifestyle is better there. They have a couple cafes, they have a couple nice little bars. They have this every time I go now. There's this bar, and they have outdoor seating. It's not even a bar; it's a beer store / cafe. They have outdoor seating right next to the rivers, right below the rocks. So you get a beer, a little expensive. You get a beer, sit next to the river, just look up at these rocks. It's beautiful. And the fucking Tongmuguan. Because here's the other thing. Here's the other thing about being in Jianyang and just having this limitation of. I really think I need to stop trying to get that 5:30 bus. I can't get that 5:30 bus home. Because once again, like you get these shops and they go out for lunch, and so they don't really open until 2:00. Like if I get there at noon, like I wake up, I do the dogs, I make sure the dogs are settled and fed and walked. Speaking of which, what did you guys? All my dogs just walked in at the same time, like they did something. Like if I get them all settled and walked, I'm not getting to Wuishan until about noon, and then tea makers are out to lunch, and so they get back from lunch at 2:00. If I'm trying to I can't catch that 5:30 bus and have a productive day of going to multiple shops and doing all that. So yeah, long story short, Wuishan would be great. Yeah, smoked lap song. Oh my god, that's another one where I need to find someone. Oh my god, that girl last time. I have never lost. I was losing my patience. I don't know if you guys caught the live, or the stories. So I go into this shop, and so new. So I go into the shop and I see these awards for red tea. I'm like, okay, great. I can find some good red tea here. So the girl's about my age, and she goes, and I go, okay, I was like, hey, do you have traditional lap song? Do you have traditional xiaozhong? This is in Chinese, by the way, so it's not a translation thing. And she goes, yes. And so we sit down. She's kind of digging through drawers. And that was my first red flag. Is that there was all these drawers and she's kind of digging through them. Like it wasn't like a spot. She knew. Usually you ask for something, they take it off the shelf, they go to the back. It's a quick boom. No, she was digging. And I was like, okay, that's weird. So she pulls something out and she starts pouring it out. And I'm like, that's not xiaozhong. And I was like, what's this? She goes, it's jinju mei. And I was like, first of all, that's not jinju mei either. It's a red tea. That's not jinju mei. And I go, no. I don't want jinju mei. I want xiaozhong. I want smoked. Because that's the other thing. I was like, do you have the smoked flavor? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, no, it's not what I want. I want xiaozhong. And so she goes over and she kind of pulls this can off the shelf and she shows it to me, and I don't recognize the Chinese. And she goes, is this what you want? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know what this says. And I was like, is this, I'm like, what is it? And she goes, it's jinju mei. I don't want jinju, so I'll say it again. I don't want jinju mei. I want traditional smoked xiaozhong. So she goes, okay. She goes and she's digging through the shelves again. And she pulls out a package. She hands it to me. And I go, what's this? She goes, jinju mei. And I've just fucking lost. I'm just like, I don't want jinju mei. I want Zhengshan xiaozhong, smoked, traditional. And then she goes, it's all jinju, it's all xiaozhong. All these teas are xiaozhong. And I was just like, I'm gonna go. Goodbye. Like, oh my god, that was ridiculous. I have no idea, and part of me hopes that like later the owner comes in and she tries to tell the story about this foreigner who thought xiaozhong and jinju mei were not the same tea, and the owner just goes, yeah, they're not the same tea. The foreigner was right. You were wrong in this one. Oh man, and yeah. Not going back to that shop. Or I might go back to that shop and just be like, don't worry, I want jinju mei. Let me see if it's jinju mei you can try and hand me. Though I gotta wonder, how good is your jinju mei if your workers don't know the difference between jinju mei and xiaozhong? Like there's just some shit you did not take the time to explain. Okay. What would that be? No, that needs to be like a poetry. Like it's all oat tree. It's all gushu. Jinju mei. Jesus fucking Christ. And then there was another red flag where like I asked her what type of tea she liked, and she was like red tea. Or there was this answer she gave me, and I was just like, that's not a good answer. That's not a reassuring like. Or I think she said she liked like she didn't really like tea, that she liked bubble tea, or like I don't. Oh my god, it was some weird. There's a red flag. That was a major red flag. But no, I'm gonna go back on Saturday. I think I was gonna go back on Saturday, and I was originally gonna meet up with my tea pal because I know he's in Wuishan right now, working with Red Star. Red Star, by the way, is the biggest company in Wuishan. So what you get in tea regions, sometimes, if not most of them, what you get in tea regions is you get these companies that produce the local tea. In Huangshan, it was Shui Yuda. So in Wuishan, it's Wui Star, and they're a big and they're like the main company for that region. Um, and so that's Wui Star. Um, uh, really, yeah. Big company. Yeah, and so I know he's working with Wii Star, and he said he was going to be at the headquarters that day. So I'll send him a message, but I don't really want to waste my day in Wuishan. If I only have one day in Wuishan, I don't really want to waste it polite at Wii Star. I'd rather go search for teas and try and find things. Also going to go to the maker who I haven't seen in a while. Just keep looking for those heavy roasts, man. Give me those heavy roasts. Get this light roast stuff. Oh, all right. It is. Ooh, my mouse is. Nice. Oh my god. All right. I gotta go. I gotta feed the dogs aged Diensha. Well, okay, no. See, I have an aged Diensha. Hell flows over. Hell fucking flows over. And I have an aged Diensha. I never thought I was going to do that. Jesus Christ, I have an aged Diensha. Don't get too comfortable with aged Dienshas on the website. No, so that's Saturday, which is the day after tomorrow for me. Yeah. Yensha subscription box. I'm packing that up tomorrow. Actually, this time, because this time, yeah, packing up tomorrow. I feel like there's something else, but I think that's it. Yeah, really. Oh my God, it's 12:30 over here, and I haven't fed the dogs. And they're eating dogs, licking feet, sleeping. Smelling like piss. Johnny, I'm not gonna talk about. Well, well, what would be no? No. Yes, I will admit, being in Wuishan is changing things. Tank is due. Being in Wuishan, changing, like the fact that I'm considering having a teacup based on beauty and not function. That's the whole thing. What are you doing? What are you doing over here? What are you doing? What am I doing? What am I doing here? That's the other thing I got to message you guys about. I want to like do a group video where we just like we act Italian. Where like everyone just shoots a video of themselves being like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. How you doing? How you doing it? Sweet as do. This is how we do. What are you doing? I'm drinking sweet as do. Yeah, something like that. Oh man, because I went back to that shop. I actually have to go back to that shop. I really need to go back to that shop. That lady is super fucking sweet. Yeah, I like her a lot. If we're talking about the same thing, there's a cup with the rainbow, and it's 10,000 kwai. It is so that's 1,500 US dollars. 10,000 kwai cup. And the first time I saw it, I was like, oh my God, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It has the rainbow, top quality, definitely. But then I went back about a week later and I was like, 10,000 kwai? Like, am I really trying to spend 10,000 kwai on a cup? But I wonder now that I'm beginning to appreciate, and I say beginning, and I'm really, really beginning. It's my first little of beginning. I'm beginning to see, understand quality in Jianjian, fucking hate Chinese. Jian, doesn't sound right. Jianjian, I don't know. Jianjian cups. I wonder if there'd be a day where I look at that cup and I'm holding it and I'm just like, I get I hope not. I hope I stay ignorant on that one. Plus, I am probably going to break it. I am surprised for every cup that is not broken. I just broke something the other day. What did I break the other day? I broke. What cup? What cup did I break the other day? I'm blanking, but I know I broke a cup the other day. We're like, yeah. Anyway, all right. I gotta go. I gotta feed the dogs. Yeah. So 24 hours. Yeah, you got to do that app thing. I mean, we got to figure that out. Laters. Sellers be like, everything is app song. That's actually really good. All right. Saturday I'm going to Wishan. Should be fruitful. Hokwe will be on the website in the next 24 hours. It will be semi pre-sale. I'm gonna probably buy tomorrow. Nah, some won't be pre-sale. Chashan is coming in. Teas are going out soon. The mouthfungs are going out soon. Once the bags and boxes come in. Yeah. I will catch y'all on the flip side. Thanks for coming. Oh yeah, I keep meaning to ask him about that. He's making tea, so he's probably still awake. And actually, I just placed an order with him, so let me ask him right now, and then I'll get back to you. Because he had it in the past. Let's see if he has it again.